Welcome to the deep dive. We've gone through that whole stack of source material you shared, and we've boiled it all down to what you really need to know.
A huge stack.
It was. And today we are immersing ourselves in Kerala, that incredible green sliver on India's southwestern coast. It's a culture with a history that is, maybe one of the most continuous in South Asia.
That phrase, organic continuity, that's really the key.
Exactly. Our mission here is to get past the travelogue photos of houseboats on quiet backwaters.
Right. Go deeper than the scenery.
We want to get to the very core of Malayali identity. We're talking about its performing arts, its ancient philosophies, and its, frankly, fierce and socially relevant cinema.
And it all draws from this history that's developed over millennia. I mean, if you go way back to around the 3rd century AD, this area was part of the larger Tamizagon.
So it shared that foundational Dravidian and Tamil culture.
It did. But it really carved its own path through a mix of things. Sanskritization from the north, for sure, but also these incredibly powerful social reform movements from within.
Movements that pushed back against the caste system.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so unique. It's this balance of deep antiquity with a kind of radical social progressivism. It's not a culture that's stagnated.
It was constantly being reformed from the inside out.
That's the perfect way to put it. You see it in the values that the research points to again and again. Strong community, a love for wit and debate, and a real appreciation for social progress.
Okay, let's unpack this with a cultural contribution that's now known all over the world, but is just so deeply, uniquely Keralite. We have to start with Ayurveda.
The science of life.
Yeah.
What's so fascinating is that while Ayurveda is, 5,000 years old, and from the wider Vedic culture, in Kerala it stayed mainstream.
It never got relegated to being just alternative medicine.
Never. It continued.
But why? What was the structure that allowed it to survive modernization when it faded in other places?
Well, it was institutionalized through family lineage. The sources all point to the legendary 8 families of practitioners, the Ashtavedyas.
The 8 families, okay.
And they were given enormous social standing. For centuries, they were the primary medical authority for the whole state. That lineage kept the knowledge base intact and highly sophisticated.
So for you listening, you probably know the term doshas, but let's get into the implications.
Right, we could assume health is about balancing the 3 energies, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha.
But the implication is that it's not just about treating a disease after it appears.
Exactly. It's about understanding your unique constitution from birth. Your balance of these energies doesn't just shape your physical health, it also dictates your mental and emotional state.
So a balance of Vata, which is movement, brings creativity.
Right. And balanced Pitta, metabolism, gives you clarity. Balanced Kapha, or structure, gives you a sense of calm. The whole system is radically preventative. You treat the person's pattern, not just the symptom.
And the treatments themselves are such a core part of the experience. We have to mention Panchakarma, that full-body cleansing program.
Which is incredibly rigorous. It's a serious detox.
But the one that really captures the philosophy is Shirodhara. Ah, yes, that gentle head massage and then that slow, steady stream of warm oil onto the forehead, right on the 3rd eye, the Ajna chakra.
And that stream is meant to synchronize brainwaves. It induces this profound state of relaxation. It's very ritualistic.
Yeah.
But you brought up the oil, which is a key point. Why is it typically not scented in a clinical setting?
That's a great question. Because the oil isn't there for aromatherapy, it's the medicine itself.
It's medicated.
Yes, with specific herbs to treat your particular dosha imbalance. It's not perfume, it's pharmacology. It elevates it from just relaxation to a genuine medical intervention.
And if we connect that science of healing to physical discipline, you see that same holistic body mastery in Kerala's performance arts.
Which is a perfect bridge to Kalaripayo, from healing to the art of war.
The mother of all martial arts. And the name says it all right. Kalari, battlefield. Payattu, practice. It's a 3,000-year-old tradition.
But it's so much more than just a fighting style.
It's a complete way of life. It demands this incredible physical conditioning, mastering weapons from staff to swords, and empty-hand combat, Chivadu.
And here's the link back to healing. The masters, the guru call, they're also healers, aren't they?
They are. They have to be experts in the body's vital pressure points, the marrow points. They use specialized massage and herbal remedies, often making their own oils, to treat injuries.
So the person who teaches you how to fight
is also the person who heals you. It reinforces that idea that physical power and medical knowledge are two sides of the same coin.
And that intense physical control is the engine for their classical performance arts. It flows right into something like Kathakali.
Precisely. Kathakali is this 500-year-old dance drama. The physical stamina required is immense. You recognize it instantly from the huge costumes and the incredibly expressive makeup and facial gestures.
It's spectacular. And then you have Kudiyattam, which is so ancient. It's a UNESCO human heritage art. But on a different note entirely, there's Mohiniyattam.
Dance of the Enchantress. It's all about a sort of feminine grace. Very slow, flowing, beautiful gestures that tell stories of love and devotion. If Kathakali is fire, Mohiniyattam is like water.
Then you have something else entirely. The powerful ritual arts from North Kerala, specifically Theyyam. This raises a big question. How is this more than just art? How does it become faith?
Well, for locals in North Malabar, the saying is literally, God means Theyyam. This is an entertainment, it's a form of worship.
So the performer isn't just acting.
No. They undergo intense purification, brutham, and during the performance, they are believed to actually embody the divine energy. They become a living god temporarily.
Wow.
And this faith context explains why there are almost 400 different variations. But there's a really profound social aspect here too. The performers traditionally come from specific scheduled castes.
From historically marginalized communities.
Yes, and in that sacred moment, people from all castes come to them for blessings. It's a ritual that, for a time, completely inverts the social hierarchy.
And there's even space for other cultures within it.
Absolutely. The existence of a character like Bapirian Theyyam, who is non-Hindu, shows this deep, centuries-old tradition of acceptance, reflecting Kerala's history as a global trade hub.
Moving from ritual to the written word. Let's talk about Malayalam literature and cinema.
Well, first, the language itself. Malayalam was named a classical language in India in 2013, which confirms its antiquity. The oldest complete inscription we have dates to the mid-9th century.
But the real shift that shaped modern thought came much later, with the triumvirate of poets.
Yes, Kumaran Asan, Lathanarayana Menon, and Ulur S. Paramaswara Iyer. They completely changed the game. Before them, poetry was often archaic, really only accessible to elites.
They made it more lyrical, more focused on common life.
They did. They democratized it. And that literature became a tool for social change, providing the intellectual fuel for those reform movements we mentioned. And the quality is undeniable. It has the third highest number of Jnanpith awards for any Indian language.
And that brings us to the cinematic mirror, Malayalam cinema, or Mollywood. It's getting so much global attention now precisely because it avoids all the usual spectacle.
That realism is its brand. It's a philosophical choice. They are known for rejecting the larger-than-life hero.
The stats on that were really telling. Only about 28% of their movies feature those kinds of characters.
Right, which is way lower than other major industries. It's an ideological rejection of the star system. Instead, almost half of their films focus on regional identity, on the lives of ordinary people.
It feels like cinema as sociology. They tackle issues like mental health, environmental problems, gender dynamics.
With a kind of brutal honesty. When a Malayalam film shows violence, it's not stylized. It's messy and grounded in the reality of, say, a village feud. That's what gives it such a critical edge.
Let's shift to the physical world that created this culture. You can't separate Kerala from its geography, the coast, the backwaters, and the monsoon.
And the backwaters are the perfect example. They weren't just scenic, they were infrastructure. They were the vital trade routes for spices and coir in ancient and colonial times.
The highways of their time.
Exactly.